Hey everyone! Today we're diving into an incredible book that can change your life, The Self-Discipline Manual by Peter Hollins. If you're looking to boost your productivity, crush your goals, and make your dreams a reality, then this book is for you. It's all about self-discipline, the secret sauce behind every successful person you've ever heard of. Self-discipline is about controlling your actions, thoughts, and feelings to get what you really want in life. So, let's get into it and see how we can build our self-discipline and change our lives for the better. 1. Why self-discipline matters and why you should care. Alright, imagine you have a superpower. This superpower isn't about flying or being invisible. It's about being able to control your actions, thoughts, and emotions. That's what self-discipline is. According to Hollins, self-discipline helps you stay on track with your goals, even when things get tough or you just feel lazy. Think of it as the invisible strength that all successful people have. Without self-discipline, it's easy to get distracted, give up, or just do what feels good in the moment. Hello, video games and junk food. With self-discipline, you can make choices that are good for you in the long run, like studying for exams or sticking to a workout routine. 2. Start small, win big. Here's the cool part. You don't have to change your whole life overnight to build self-discipline. Hollins says start small. If you want to wake up earlier, don't suddenly set your alarm 2 hours earlier. Just start with 10 minutes. Little by little, your body and mind will get used to the change. It's like when you first start exercising, you don't lift the heaviest weights on the first day. You build up to it. The same goes for self-discipline. Pick one small habit to work on and stick with it until it feels normal. Then move on to the next one. 3. Make good habits your best friend. Habits are like the secret weapon of self-discipline. Once something becomes a habit, you don't have to think about it. You just do it automatically. Hollins explains this using a simple formula. Cue, routine, reward. The cue is what triggers the habit, like your morning alarm. The routine is the habit itself, brushing your teeth. And the reward is the positive feeling you get afterward, fresh breath. Start by adding one new habit into your daily routine. Maybe it's drinking a glass of water right when you wake up or reading for 10 minutes before bed. The more you practice, the more these habits stick, making it easier to stay disciplined. 4. Procrastination is not your friend. Here's how to beat it. Let's be real, we all procrastinate sometimes. Hollins points out that procrastination often happens because we're afraid of something, like failing or not doing a task perfectly. The trick to beating procrastination is to make the task seem less scary. Break it down into smaller steps. If you need to write a big report, start with just the outline. Or if you need to clean your room, start with just one corner. By making the task smaller, it feels more manageable and it's easier to get started. Once you start, it's usually not as bad as you thought. 5. Motivation is great, but self-discipline is better. Motivation is awesome when it's there, but let's face it, it comes and goes. One day you might feel super pumped to go for a run, and the next you just want to binge watch TV shows. That's normal. Hollins says that's where self-discipline comes in. When you have self-discipline, you don't need to wait for motivation to get things done. You do them because you know they're good for you. To help with this, Hollins suggests finding your why, the real reason behind your goals. Why do you want to be healthier? Why do you want to save money? Knowing your why keeps you focused, even on days when you're not feeling it. 6. Setting goals that actually work. Let's talk about goals. If your goal is too vague, like, I want to get fit, it's hard to know where to start. Hollins recommends setting SMART goals. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So instead of get fit, you might say, I will go to the gym 3 times a week for 30 minutes each time. This makes your goal clear and easier to stick to. Once you have your goals, prioritize them. Focus on the tasks that will move you closer to your biggest goals and tackle those first. It's all about being smart with your time and energy. 7. Willpower is like a battery, here's how to recharge it. Willpower is a lot like your phone's battery. It starts out strong but can drain as you use it throughout the day. Hollins suggests recharging your willpower by taking care of yourself. Get enough sleep, eat healthy foods, and exercise. These things keep your body and mind in good shape, which means you have more willpower to make good decisions. And just like building self-discipline, you can build your willpower by practicing it in small ways. Say no to a second cookie or choose to walk instead of drive. Every small act of willpower makes it stronger. 8. Your environment matters more than you think. Ever notice how it's easier to study in a quiet library than in a noisy room? That's because your environment plays a huge role in your ability to stay disciplined. Hollins suggests setting up your environment to support your goals. If you want to eat healthier, keep healthy snacks within reach and avoid buying junk food. If you want to focus on studying, find a quiet spot and turn off your phone notifications. By changing your environment, you make it easier to stick to your goals and build self-discipline. 9. Setbacks happen, here's how to bounce back. Nobody's perfect, and setbacks are a part of life. Maybe you skip a workout or eat something unhealthy. Hollins says the key is not to be too hard on yourself. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, see them as learning opportunities. Ask yourself what went wrong and how you can do better next time. Remember, building self-discipline is a journey. It's okay to stumble as long as you get back up and keep going. The important thing is not to let one bad day turn into a bad week. 10. The rewards of self-discipline. So, why put in all this effort to build self-discipline? Because the rewards are totally worth it. With self-discipline, you're more likely to achieve your goals, whether it's in your career, your health, or your personal life. You'll make better choices, feel more in control, and boost your productivity. Plus, you'll have more confidence because you know you can rely on yourself to follow through. Self-discipline isn't just about reaching your goals. It's about living a happier, more fulfilled life. There you have it. The Self-Discipline Manual by Peter Hollins gives us the tools to take control of our lives and achieve our dreams. Start small, build good habits, beat procrastination, set clear goals, and create an environment that supports you. Remember, self-discipline is something you can learn and strengthen over time. So, take that first step today, and before you know it, you'll be on your way to becoming the best version of yourself. Thanks for tuning in, and remember to like and subscribe for more helpful and books-related content.